If you're interested in seeing our Grand Design toy hauler and how we've modified it for full-time living, stick around.
So this is a 2020 Grand Design Momentum 397TH toy hauler, and we are living and traveling in this full time. We tow it with a 2010 Ford F450 dually, and it does the job nicely. Fully loaded, we are at pretty much our maximum capacity of 20,000 pounds on the trailer. Overall length when we're on the road is 62 feet or so. The trailer itself, although they list it as a 43-footer, when you measure it out, it's actually 45 feet from tip to tail. So I'll show you some of the features of the trailer. Up front we have 30-pound propane tank here. We've added a quick disconnect so that we can plug our barbecue into it. That's really handy. We have a 20-foot hose on it as well so that we can move the barbecue pretty much anywhere we need to in this area. Right here you can see side view camera. We have a separate video on how we installed this camera system on the trailer, and we'll link to that below. One thing of note, there are two valves up in there above the right-hand propane tank, and what they're used for is controlling the two main slides. They're both on the same circuit, so when you press the open button, one will open and then the other will open. These valves allow you to lock one in the in position or the out position and control the other one. And this can be handy if you're stopped at, say, a truck stop or a rest stop and you need to open one slide but not the other. So up front here we also have a very large storage bay. It's a pass-through, so it goes right out to the other side as well. And one of the nice things about the TH series in the Momentum line is the drop frame, which gives you an extra 10 or so inches of storage capacity here, which is quite nice. Got an outside outlet here as well as a water outlet as well for the coily spray hose that comes with the trailer. The steps, we really like these steps. They're extremely sturdy. They just fold up in behind the door, and then you close the door to get rid of them. We have different kind of steps in the back. I'll show you those in a bit. Moving along down the side here, this is the outside entertainment system. Basically TV speakers here that are attached to the stereo system that's inside. We went for the upgraded stereo system on this and really like it. It's got an exterior subwoofer as well. It's mounted in underneath the stairs over there, and it sounds great. This is the man door entrance to the Harley suite, and we like that because when we have guests that are using the Harley suite, they have their own entryway so that they don't have to go through the main part of the trailer. I mentioned these steps earlier, that being different than the ones up front. These are your typical fold-up steps. However, this is an aluminum version of them. The last trailer we had similar steps, but steel. These are much lighter weight and easier to flip up and out of the way. These are vents that are used for allowing airflow through the garage while you are on the road. There's one up high on the other side as well. So you can set them up so that air comes in the far side and comes back out here, just to keep any gasoline fumes or anything like that from the motorcycles down. Although we hardly ever open them because gasoline fumes just doesn't seem to be an issue for us. But they're there if you need them. So at the back here, with the ramp up in the deck position, You see the railing system. We normally use it with just the sides up like this, although it can be opened completely up and make a completely contained area up there, which might be good if people have kids or whatever. Give them a play area where they can't fall off of this thing. One option that's available with the trailer is a set of stairs to go on here. And we didn't purchase them. We had read a lot about them online, that they are heavy and awkward to deal with, hard to store and stow when you are traveling. And so we opted just not to get them. It's easy enough just to use the door in there to get out. But anyway, that's an option that's available to you if you want it. Moving on down the other side of the trailer now, they give you a fold-out ladder on this side so that you have access to the roof. It's nice that it folds out of the way because it is permanently attached. Underneath down here is a tube for storing the sewage pipes, and it's long enough to fit two 10-foot hoses. We would like to add a second one so that we have more hose capacity, but it's nice that it comes with at least one of them. This is the fuel management area. The trailer is equipped with two 30-gallon tanks. The front one here is for the generator, and the rear one is for an auxiliary tank for fueling up your toys or whatever. It has a fuel pump and this fuel nozzle, and we use it for filling up the Harleys. Another benefit of it is, though, if you're boondocking, it really gives you 60 gallons of fuel to use for your generator if you need it. Once this forward tank is empty, you can just transfer from this tank to this tank using the hose here. So you really have 60 gallons of fuel available to you for boondocking. The trailer is equipped with two black tanks because there's a rear bathroom in it, and that means we have two sewage connections as well. This is the rear sewage connection, and it is strictly for the rear black tank. We've added this additional valve to it just for peace of mind, knowing that when that's closed and I open this cap, nothing's coming out. There's a handle under here for draining one of the two freshwater tanks, and also a second handle for draining the rear black tank. This is a freshwater inlet for flushing the rear black tank. This is the kitchen slide here. You've got the fridge vents, access behind this panel for the fridge components, and up here is a range hood vent that we don't use. It's one of the ones with a little flap, and there's little tabs that you have to move to hold the tab in the closed position when you're traveling. It's just too hard to reach, so we typically don't use the range hood and just use the ceiling fan in there instead. Here we have the furnace and the hot water heater. It's a 12-gallon hot water heater, and we think it works great. It's both AC and propane, and with the two of us, we just don't run out of water when we each take a shower back to back. It's got a 50 amp supply here. It's nice. It's got a little LED on there to show you when there is power actually coming to your trailer. This is the hatch that gives you access to the Nautilus system. The Nautilus system is this right here. It allows you to configure the water system for power fill from city water or use of city water, pump water from your tanks if you're boondocking, winterizing, all that kind of stuff. It's all done right from this one panel, and it's really simple and easy to use. You just look at the schematics up here and match the color-coded handles to the patterns that are shown there. Takes all of the guesswork out of it and all the thinking out of it, which is great. Has a whole house water filter there as well. There you have the low water drain points for hot and cold water in the system if you are winterizing it. And also down here are 3 valve handles, 2 for 2 gray water tanks, front and rear, and 1 for the front black water tank. And just a quick tip for you here, we use a stainless steel pot scrubber shoved in there just to prevent mice and rodents from coming up in through there. Also in here are a water outlet for the curly spray hose that comes with the system, and connections for cable TV and satellite TV up here as well. There's also an outlet in here. It's all GFI protected. It's nice that they have all of this together in one location here. Here we have access to the other side of the pass-through storage area. We hang hoses and stuff like that in here and keep all of the stuff we need for connecting the trailer to water and electric, etc. when we arrive at a site. The trailer comes with a 6-point hydraulic leveling system, and this is the control panel for it here. It's beautiful. Just pull up to a campsite and press the auto level button and it just takes care of itself. Our previous trailer didn't have that, and we love this feature. We would never be without it again. There are also controls for this through the one-panel touch control system inside, or you can use the smartphone app as well. But normally we use it right from here because it's convenient just to open this door and you have instant access to the buttons. You don't have to wait for the app to come up and connect and all that kind of stuff. Here you have the left-hand side 30-pound propane tank, and the main control valve is up in here as well. That allows you to select which tank you're drawing from. It is an automatic crossover valve though, so if you have both tanks open and one tank empties, it will automatically switch over to the other one. We normally keep one tank open and one tank closed though, so that we know when the one tank is empty, and we manually switch it over at that point, and we know it's time to go and refill that other tank. Otherwise, we've got caught in the past where both tanks have completely drained and all of a sudden you've got no propane at all. Here's the other side view camera here that we talked about as well. Up front here we have the generator bay. We ordered the generator option. It's a 5500 watt gas powered Onan generator. That's enough to run all of the air conditioners in the RV. We also have our battery bank here for the solar system we added, and all of the solar control equipment is mounted up in here as well. We added a piece of plywood on top of this steel box here. It's very flimsy and can't really hold much weight, so we added this chunk of plywood up here so that gives us some storage space. We primarily use it for light objects like toilet paper supply, paper towels, that kind of thing. And you have to keep in mind that this area up here is not heated. All of the other storage areas are heated, but this is not, so you don't want to put things in here that are going to freeze if you're in a cold climate. The trailer came with this Furion electrical connection here, which is intended to be used for plugging in a Furion solar panel. We found on Amazon the appropriate connector that fits this, and we just use it as an auxiliary 12-volt port on the trailer for plugging accessories into it. And we'll put a link to that connector down below as well. So that pretty much does it for the quick tour of the outside of the trailer. I'll hand it off to Janice now and she can show you the inside.
Welcome to our home. Come on inside. Here's our living space. We've got 2 slides, so it opens it up nice and big in here. We've got this nice big island. It's got 2 sinks on it, big one, smaller one on this side. So we've got lots of counter space here. And over on this side, we've got our pantry. Lights inside. So I've used bins in here to try and help keep things organized and again to stop or help prevent things from falling over as we're traveling. So there's lots of room in there. That's one of the things I really like about this trailer is the amount of storage space in the kitchen. So we've got all of that up here. Again, more storage space. Keep our lesser used things up there. And on this side, we've got a microwave convection oven, and I can tell you that I have never used the oven down here because of this. The convection function is awesome on this thing. There's a shelf that goes in there as well, or just a normal turntable. Got more storage space up here. And then around on this side, we've got drawers. This is one of the upgrades that my wonderful hubby made, was adding these dividers, just helping to keep stuff a little more organized. And we've added dividers down here as well. And lots of room underneath here. Garbage, cleaning supplies, all that kind of stuff. We've got a drawer underneath the oven. It's where I keep the pots and pans here. And in here, got a drawer here. Oops. Drawer here where I keep cooking oils and things like that. And then another upgrade we made was adding these little dividers here. So now I've got upright storage for my trays and cutting boards and things like that. Got this wonderful big fridge. Love it. Lots of room in it. The freezer as well. Again, lots of room. And on this side, we've got the
credenza.
Yes, I what do you call this? Buffet. I don't know what you call it, but it's where we keep all of our glasses, plates, spices. This is where the control, or we've got our radio, radio CD player. This is our electrical management system. These are for our subwoofer for interior and exterior. And then down below here, we've got, again, tons of storage space in here. Drawers. I've got our electrical panel. Again, I try and use baskets and bins as much as possible. Just makes it easier for corralling things. And then over on this side, we've got our dining room. We chose to go with the dining room or the table and chairs and a 2-seater sofa. Our last trailer, we had the sofa all the way across and no dining table. And it was awkward when we had guests over because we're all sitting in a row. It made it difficult to talk to each other, at least here. We can have people sitting at the stools here, people sitting here, people sitting here. It's a little nicer for entertaining. The seats come with storage underneath them. And these are reclining. So you can push back, watch TV. And they also have heat and massage on them, which is nice. When I'm sitting here, I always have a blanket available and turn the seat heater on. We've got a little electric fireplace, and it's wonderful for taking the chill off in here. This is the main TV. It does pull out and you can position it to wherever you want. And then again, more storage up here. As you can see, this happens to be our liquor cabinet. And up here, this was designed to be a bed. We decided to take the mattress out of there and we've turned it into a storage area. So we have bins that nest nicely together. That we have our games, we've got books, seasonal decor, that type of stuff. We keep it all up there. And we've never had any issues with anything falling down from here. So this leads into our garage, or as we call it, the Harley Suite. And this door is just a clear glass, full-length clear glass. So if we had people sleeping in the back, they were on display, as were we out here. So I made a curtain that's on the other side, and why don't we go in and I'll show you what I did. So, really simple. I just got a piece of fabric, 2 pieces of fabric, and kind of made a lining on the back of it. And up here, this is just Velcro, and this side just sticks onto the door. I've got added on these little loops here. And down at the bottom, I put a dowel in. So, if we want it up, just roll it up. I've got these little strings with a little tiny piece of dowel in there. And just stick it on. Keeps it out of the way. It makes it nice and easy to take it down. Provide privacy, and it's easy to take it off if we need to. So this is the Harley Suite. This is where our motorcycles ride when we're traveling side by side. Back here we have a complete bathroom. It's a full shower, toilet. There's a sink around the corner. So if people are staying back here, they can be totally self-contained. So we've got a little bit of extra storage. Just got these bins up here. There's a TV back here as well. Speakers. And a separate air conditioner for this back area. This trailer actually comes with 3 air conditioners. One back here, one in the center, and one up in the bedroom. And we don't use air conditioning. So up here we have 2 beds, queen size beds. The bottom will lower down and turn into a bed. I don't imagine it's a really comfortable bed, but it can be used as a bed. And then the top will also lower down and be used as a queen size bed with ladder access. So the bottom part will lower down as well and turn into two opposing sofas, and there is a table that can go in the center. Quite easy to flip it up. And we have comfy sofa. And then on to our outside living space. So these are fantastic. There's real glass in them. The glass can be put all the way up, or you can have it down halfway, or if you wanted to, you can remove the glass panels completely. So you can have it open like this, or just pull this out. There. We've got this beautiful wide open space. We've got this nice, beautiful space out here. We have an awning up the top, but it's a little bit of shade. Nice space. Really happy with this. This is the bathroom. So it's pretty functional space. A nice big shower. We've added these up at the top. They're out of the way for us taking showers, and they're easy enough to move if we needed to. But it provides extra hanging surface. Some of the things we've done in here, in our little medicine cabinet here, we added a shelf. So it's, well, literally double the amount of space we have for storage in here. We've added the hooks for towels. We've got more storage down here as well. And another shelf we've added. Again, doubling the storage space. So some of the things that we've done in here is just using bins. I just picked these up at a local dollar store, and it just helps to keep things organized, and also helps from things falling over when you're traveling, so you don't have the avalanche when you're opening the door after you've traveled. Same in here. Got bins, keeping things organized, and just makes it easier when you're trying to find something, pull the bin out. And then in here is the bedroom. So we opted for queen size bed, which comes standard with the trailer. There is an upgrade to a king size bed, but we had a queen in our sticks and bricks, so we were used to it, and we didn't want to give up this space on both sides of the bed. With the king size bed, you're basically doing a little shimmy to get in here. So some of the upgrades we've made in here, we've added these clear plastic bins here, and they're specifically designed for iPhones, so it's great. Have your phone right there. This is our closet, and I love this closet. Lots of room, got lots of hanging space. But back in here, we've also got lots of built-in shelves and shoe shelf down there. And then over on this side, sort of this awkward space, I've just put these little command hooks up here just for hanging hats, and we've got belts and using every space we can. So on these shelves I added these little lights. These ones I still have to install for this. It's a little battery operated light, and it provides a fair amount of light in here. This light, because it's an overhead light, it's really dark back in there. So it just helps to be able to see what's on the shelves. And this is another closet. It would be where, if we chose to have a washer and dryer, this would be where it was. I don't mind doing laundry at the laundromats. You get it done all at once, and I don't want to give up the space. And we've got storage underneath the bed. And there is quite a bit of space. Goes up in the back as well. And for the main storage that we have here, we use these plastic bins, and this is where I keep my out-of-season clothes, so winter or warmer clothes or summer clothes, depending on where we happen to be living. So there's lots of space in there. And then over here we also have another cupboard. So again, lots of storage. We added these two shelves that didn't come with the trailer. Again, like increasing the storage space so much. And we also added this one as well. Can't even tell that they didn't come with the original trailer. We managed to get the stain matched perfectly. And then this is another little hook that we added. We just picked this up from IKEA, and all we did was put a little spacer in here. It's not screwed down, like I can take it off if I need to, but we glued on this little spacer here, and it just added storage space. And when you see it from this side, it doesn't look bad at all. So that's it for the inside tour, but we did want to show you what it looks like with the slides in. It's one of the reasons we chose this model. So one of the things we really like about this trailer, and it was one of a very important deciding factor in selecting this model, is the fact that we can get into the fridge, the bathroom, and the bedroom with the slides in. We often stop at truck stops or rest areas, and even just having to stop and go to the bathroom. As long as we've planned, we can have sandwiches and drinks ready in one half of the fridge. And as you can see here, we can get to the bathroom and to the bedroom. Somebody's got to crawl over the bed to get in here, but it's perfectly accessible without having to open the slides.
So I hope you've enjoyed the quick tour we've given you of our home. We've been living in this trailer now for a little over 6 months full time, and still loving this trailer. We love the floor plan and almost everything about it. We're really, really happy with it. So anyway, thanks for joining us. We hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider subscribing.
Give us a thumbs up.
And once you've subscribed, if you hit that little bell symbol, it will give you notifications each time we release a new video. Thanks for joining us.